So I made a snake style game where the goal is to get as short as possible. Now you might be thinking,
Grateful, such a game is impossible. See, in the game Snake, when you eat food you get bigger, so how are you supposed to get smaller?
to which I would answer, what if you get smaller when you're eating food? Which doesn't really make sense, but if you eat salads, just like in real life, you get smaller, right? But if you eat burgers, you get big. So you gotta avoid the burgers, but you gotta eat the salads to get shorter. Now, aren't I smart? Well then you might come with a counter argument.
See, Grateful, you already start as a short snake, so if you get shorter, you would just win, right? Because you're just short. So it makes no sense. You make no sense. You make no sense, Grateful. You make no sense. You make no sense, Grateful. I don't understand you. Like, how can you?
And that's where you're wrong. Well, technically you're right if you start as a short snake. See, if you start as a short snake. But what if I tell you, you start as a long snake and then your goal is to get shorter by eating the salads? That would be a great idea, right? Like I'm a genius. Like I'm a genius. Like I'm a genius. I'm just a genius. I'm a genius. Now you might be thinking, why am I creating this game anyway? Like who even are you? Well, first of all, I'm Grateful and you shouldn't be that rude to me. Well, first of all, making games is really fun. Like, it's really fun. Second of all, it was created for the Mashup game jam, which was created by this awesome guy called Mashup. Which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to him yet, you definitely should subscribe to Mashup Games. Talking about subscribing,
What are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel as well.
according to my last video, 90% of you guys that are watching my videos aren't subscribed. Like 90%. That's like every 9 of 1, 2, well, I don't know. Anyway, subscribe, it's right there. Right there. Anyway, the jam lasted for 72 hours. And the theme was Unconventional means, which basically means like out of the ordinary, or like something that doesn't follow the rules, something that's not normal. And that's how I thought of the snake game I was talking about earlier. Well, I actually thought of different stuff like... I didn't really like those ideas. I just wanted to make snake game because snake is life. And also like, because my last game was kind of like Snake, so my brain was like,
Make a snake game, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good idea. Yeah, make a snake game, it's a really good idea.
so like I just had to make it. I just had to make this snake game. Alright, so to summarize everything I just said, the plan was to make a snake style game where your goal is to get shorter by eating the salads, and you gotta avoid the big juicy big burgers because otherwise you get longer, and that's not what you want, because you want to get shorter. And that's the game plan. Yeah, let's do it. So finally it was time to start coding. As usual with every Unity project I make, we start by adding a square. After we had our square, it was time to get our lovely boy moving, which was pretty easy to get done as it was pretty similar to the movement of my last game. Yeah, I made the speed values a bit too fast, but I changed it around a bit and now it looks way better. Now that we had the movement done, I added the ability to add and remove parts of your snake, which was pretty easy to implement. Instead of adding a part to the last cube, you just remove the last part. Duh, you know, it's not that hard, like coding is not that hard. Now it was time to add the foods, which would get placed around the map. It was easy to get them spawning using a coroutine. And with the function onTrigger2D, which gets called every time the snake collides with one of the foods, then all you have to do is to check which one of the foods the snake collided with. It would either be a good food, which is the salad, or a bad food, which would be a burger, and then call the appropriate grow or shrink functions. But I got into a little problem. The foods were spawning inside the player and also inside themselves, because I was just taking a random position around the map. But this was just an easy fix. So let me explain. So in order to fix that, I had to take into account where I was placing the foods. I also had to know where the player and its segments were at all times. To do this, all I had to do was store the positions in a static list of vector 3s Then when a new food would spawn, I would pick a random position on the map, then loop over all the positions of both the player and the foods and compare the random values with all those values. If any of the values were the same, I would pick another random value and do this all over and over again until I had a food with a valid position. Furthermore, we didn't want an object to spawn directly in front of the player. Not only did I check if the random food was in the player position, I also checked if the food was in any one by one. Well, as you can see, I fixed the problem I had. The foods were now actually spawning where they should. And oh yeah, I decided to make it a bit harder by adding these blue squares. They're the obstacles, but they spawn way less often, so... The time has come. Time to say goodbye. Goodbye to our lovely cubes. Our lovely cubes shall be honored. Honored for their loyalty. Honored for their duties they had to obey. May they now rest in peace. May they now live on in paradise. The time has come. You shall all be missed. Damn, that was beautiful. That funeral kind of got me emotional. I'm gonna be honest here. Anyway, I made art for the game, so here's the burger, here is the salad that I made. I made the snake assets, I made the body assets, I made a tail, I made some rocks, I made... I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I did. And also, yeah, the snake opens its mouth when it comes close to food. So it looks really, really good, actually. Or at least better than it was. So after I did the art, I did some basic UI elements, like I added a timer and I added how long your snake was. And after that was done, I released my inner snake genes and made some snake sounds, like when he got hit and when he ate food. Honestly, those sounds were kind of cool, right? Like, I might be a snake. I might actually be a reptile. Who knows? Like, Mark Zuckerberg is my dad. I also made this music here. It's not that good. I don't know. It's music. I did my best. Like, I didn't have much time left here, so I just kind of had to go with whatever I came up with. The deadline was almost there, so with the time that I had left, I made 3 different difficulties. It was actually really easy. I just copy-pasted the spawn functions for the objects and the foods, and then just changed like 2 values. Like change the range values so they would spawn faster or they would spawn slower depending on which difficulty you set. I added a setting menu where you could change the difficulty. And one thing, I also added some nice animations like this one and that one. I mean, those are the same, but like they look nice at least. I added a little extra polish to it and then it was done. The game was pretty much done. So if you want to try it out, link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. And check out my other videos. I have a link up here where you can watch my other video about the other game jam that I did a week ago. So yeah, thank you much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Bro, I don't have time for this. You gotta like put it around your neck, right, or something. I don't even know. Can't remember. I can't remember. Fuck. Dude, this is fine. I can't just have it like this, dude.
The easiest and most popular way on how to tie a tie. This method is called the fore and hand knot.
May they now rest in peace. Mayday now. Fuck, I'm so done. It's so hot in this suit, man. Man, I just love coffee, dude. Like, it's so good. Which was made by the gay. For the gay. Yeah, so the mic quality, if I stand like this, it's pretty good, right?